They say betrayal hurts most when it comes from family, but I didn't know true pain until I discovered the secret the woman I called my second mother was hiding from me. My name is Marina Vale, and for most of my life, I believed I was one of the lucky ones. I had a steady career as a school teacher, a small cozy home in the quiet town of Laurelwood, and a husband I adored, Elias Vale. Everyone who knew Elias would describe him as gentle, steady, and honest to the bone. He was the kind of man who would fix the neighbor's fence on a Sunday morning without being asked, who brought flowers to his mother's grave every month, and who brushed my hair behind my ear when I read in bed. But there was one person in our lives that I considered a blessing. And I was terribly, painfully mistaken. Her name was Cassandra Vale, Elias's stepmother. Cassandra was tall, composed, always dressed in soft wool or pearls. When Elias introduced me to her, she embraced me like a cherished daughter. "Oh Marina, dear," she whispered. "I finally have the daughter I always wanted." I believed her. I adored her. I trusted her. It started subtly. Whenever Elias wasn't around, Cassandra would make comments. Slicing pears elegantly in her kitchen one afternoon, she said lightly, "You know, dear, Elias isn't easy to keep happy. You must be more attentive." I blinked. I thought we were doing well." "Oh, I'm sure you think so. Men are simple creatures. Give them enough praise and they'll return loyalty." She smiled, but it wasn't kind. It was knowing. Another time she said, "Don't ever let him know you're disappointed in him. It's important he feels admired, even if you must lie." I laughed nervously. Surely she was just old-fashioned. But I felt a small seed of anxiety growing. One evening, Elias came home with excitement. "Marina, Cassandra told me about an investment, Rowan Clegg's new land development project. She says it's a sure thing." I frowned. "Rowan Clegg? The investor who's been involved in lawsuits?" Elias waved my worry off. "Cassandra says he's reformed. She believes in this, and I believe her. I'm thinking of putting in $40,000. I nearly choked. "That's our entire savings." Elias's face softened with pleading. "Cassandra said she'd invest as well. She wouldn't mislead us." I looked into his trusting eyes. And I agreed. God, I wish I hadn't. Weeks passed. Then months. No updates. No returns. Finally Elias confronted Rowan Clegg, only to discover it was a scam. The land never existed. The project never existed. The money was never invested. Elias came home with silent devastation in his eyes. "Marina, everything's gone. Our savings. My college fund for our future kids. All of it." But there was more. Rowan claimed Cassandra never invested a single dollar. She only told people she did. I felt cold. Maybe she was misled too. Elias shook his head. "No, Marina. She introduced me to Rowan. She vouched for him. She persuaded 5 different people to invest, including her own stepsons." My stomach churned. "What about Ansel?" Elias whispered. "She took his inheritance too." 2 days later, Ansel Vale showed up at our door. I had never met him. Elias rarely spoke of him. But when I opened the door, I saw a younger version of Elias, darker eyes, sharper expression. He didn't smile. He just said, "It's time you knew the truth." We sat at the table. Ansel finally spoke. "Cassandra married our father when we were kids. She was sweet, respectful, loving. But really? She was patient." Elias shook his head. "Stop. Marina doesn't need." "Yes, she does," Ansel insisted. Then he looked at me. "She drained our father's accounts for years. Slowly. Quietly. pretending everything was fine. When he died, she inherited everything. My breath caught. Are you saying? Ansel's voice dropped to a knife-edge whisper. Cassandra didn't love any of us. She loved our money. I went to see Cassandra myself. She welcomed me warmly. Marina dear. Come in. Tea? I ignored it. What happened to the investment? Her eyes flickered, just slightly, before her mask returned. Oh, unfortunate, isn't it? We were all deceived. No, I said firmly. You deceived us. Cassandra's smile faded. Be careful, Marina. Accusations without proof can be dangerous. Dangerous? A threat? I stared at her. You never invested anything. You manipulated Elias. You manipulated Ansel. You turned your own stepchildren into your bank. Then she dropped all pretense. Her voice turned icy. You think Elias would have followed through if I hadn't encouraged him? Please. That boy has always needed a push. I simply gave direction. I nearly gasped. You destroyed our life savings. She leaned in. No, dear. I simply claimed what I deserved. I raised those boys. I supported their father. I earned my comfort. I whispered. You used us. She shrugged. Everyone uses someone. I returned home shattered, but not defeated. Ansel had been doing his own digging. He uncovered something shocking. Cassandra's marriage to Elias's father had never been legally finalized. She had never filed the final marriage registration. Meaning, she was not a legal spouse. Meaning, she had no legal claim to inheritance. Meaning, she had stolen everything through fraud. Elias stared in disbelief. So, Dad never knew? Ansel shook his head. She destroyed the last page of the documents. I have copies. We can expose her. We invited Cassandra to a family discussion. She arrived confidently. Pearls on her neck. Hair swept into a dignified bun. Elias spoke first. Cassandra, we know. She tilted her head. Know what, dear? Ansel placed the document copies on the table. You never married our father legally. Cassandra froze. Elias continued. You forged the inheritance claim. You directed funds illegally. You coerced investors under false pretense. Her eyes darkened. You don't want to do this. I finally spoke. You used our trust. You stole from your family, and now it ends. Investigations followed. Rowan Clegg confessed. Cassandra had orchestrated everything. She was charged with financial fraud, inheritance manipulation, and conspiracy. When she was taken away, she turned to Elias one last time. I made you successful. Ungrateful child. Elias didn't reply. His heart was broken, but his eyes were finally clear. It took time. We rebuilt slowly. Neighbors helped. Ansel became part of our life. We sold and used belongings, cut expenses, and step by step, we recovered. One evening Elias held my hand. You stood by me, even when truth hurt. I kissed his forehead. That's what marriage is. We decided something important. We would start a family the right way, not with wealth, but with honesty, loyalty, and love. Sometimes, the biggest enemy isn't outside, it's the person smiling beside you. But sunlight always reveals shadows, and truth always unmasks pretenders. Betrayal may break you, but it also teaches you who is truly yours. And if you've ever trusted the wrong person, or learned a painful lesson about loyalty, leave a red heart in the comments and share this video so others know they're not alone. Make sure you subscribe for more stories like this, and remember, we don't lose real family, we lose pretenders.